Hey there, everyone. I just wanted to take a moment, say hi, and see how everybody's doing. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to grid out your paper. All right. So we're going to be basically putting it in the top section of this paper. Notice my ruler has a little bit of an extension on the end there, so I want to make sure I line up that side line right there on the mark. I'm going to make marks every half an inch as I go along here. We're going to do this 3 times. Right now we're making the vertical lines for our pieces, and we're doing that by measuring horizontally. So it's really important to always know that you're doing the opposite of the way that you're measuring. I normally measure once towards the top of where I want something to be, and one's in the middle and one's on the bottom. So we're just going to go ahead and do that again here, right in the middle. Really light tick marks is always helpful. If you do them too dark, they're going to be hard to erase. So I'm just making some light marks every half an inch, trying to stay just right on that little mark there. If you're not really sure as what the half an inch mark is on your ruler, it's generally the bigger one between any two numbers. All right, you don't really need to use the edge of the ruler for something like this. We're not measuring a distance, we're just making tick marks. So I normally find it's a little more helpful to start on a random number. The edge of the ruler can always be kind of suspect. There's either a mark on it or it's banged up or anything like that. Okay, my ruler happens to have a little skid plate on the back, so I normally will turn it upside down when I do things like this. Basically what I'm doing now is just lining up those 3 tick marks. We always make 3 marks whenever we're trying to make a straight line. It's important to do this. If you make 1 mark, you're always just kind of guessing if it's straight or not. If you make 2 marks, if you made a little tiny mistake, you'd never know because 2 points will always line up. If you make 3 marks and you look down and you see that one of them's not there or one of them's a little further out, then you know you've made a mistake and you need to go back and do it again. All right, measuring is key. I measure a lot when I'm doing woodwork or anything like that. In something like woodwork, if you make a mistake when you're measuring, there's no erasing. You've just cut a board that cost $40 or something like that in the wrong spot, and you got to go back and get another board. All right, so if you can get used to this measuring 3 times thing to make a straight line, the sooner you do that, the easier you just quit resisting doing it and just do it. The quicker you learn how. All right. So I'm gonna make my horizontal lines. So like I said earlier there, I'm lining up on just any random number. This time I chose the 1, and I'm making my marks a half an inch down vertically. Again, I'm starting with the left side of the paper. I'm making 11 marks for this because I need 10 boxes. Okay, so the other way we went all the way across the board. This time we want to make 10 half an inch boxes, so we're going to make 11 marks because there's going to be an extra one for the top and the bottom. Okay, so I did one in the middle. I'm going to do one on the right here. Just going down, making some marks, making some marks. This one's not going to be as tedious as the last one because we've only done 10. With that last one, I didn't even count how many we did there. All right, so just like the other one, we're going to check to see where all those marks are. Line them up nice and straight and go across. You'll notice I didn't go all the way across the paper here. Anytime you're drawing, the less you have to erase, the better. Okay, so we've got this margin on the side of the paper there. That's about a half an inch. That's going to help to frame it in and make it look nice. I'm just not even going to draw that. I did it on the top there because you just, you'd be guessing as you went down there if you didn't line them all the way up there. I could have started with a line across the top so where I knew that was. But I tend to try to draw light enough that I can erase it and have no evidence of what's left behind there. So, okay. Hopefully you guys are all doing good during this. Practice, practice, practice always makes perfect. If you don't get these right the first time, just try it again. It never hurts to get better at something. Especially something like this. Measuring, no matter what you do, if you're going to be an engineer, drafting, product design, if you're going to be an artist, if you're going to be a woodworker. I mean, there's all sorts of things that require skills in measurement. So art skills just don't, help us to do art projects. They can help us anywhere in our life there. So I'm just going to kind of crisp up these outside edges here. I didn't make that line dark enough for my taste. And then just erase all of those parts on the top that are not really needed anymore for this piece. So what I'm left with here is just a nice grid to be able to do my letters on. It should give me perfect space for 4 letters, so hopefully you thought of a good 4-letter word. Yeah, see you later. Bye.